Lots of people love to blame Rian Johnson for the sequels, and while it's been years since the sequels wrapped up, you'll still find people online complaining about Rian Johnson and how he ruined Star Wars. But don't blame Rian. It wasn't his fault. One of the major complaints is that Rian derailed the story that JJ or others had set up. But here's the thing. How can Rian derail a story when there was no story to begin with? Rian Johnson signed on for Episode 8 at the beginning of 2015. By that point in time, production was in full swing for The Force Awakens. Having disgracefully pushed out George Lucas and abandoned his story treatments, Disney and Lucasfilm said they wanted to do something for the fans, and Kathleen Kennedy said her goal was to have each director come in and pick up where the last one left off and carry on. It has been stated clearly time and time again that there was no plan for these movies at all. Now some like to say, well, JJ had a plan for Episode 8 and 9. No, he didn't. He has stated in interviews numerous times he had no plans for Episode 8. All he cared about was Episode 7, and after the sequels wrapped up, he publicly stated he regretted not having a plan. Because when making 7, JJ thought he could just throw in his stupid mystery boxes everywhere and walk away hands clean to screw over the next two directors. He literally stated in these interviews numerous times, I left that for the next guy. I left that for the next guy. He didn't expect to come back, which is why it kind of serves him right that he ended up having to come back anyway for 9 and try to clean up the mess he started. And as everyone saw in 2019, even JJ himself couldn't fix the mess he helped create. Moral of the story is, if you want to blame someone, Rian Johnson is the last person who should be blamed. No, this is all on the shoulders of Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, and J.J. Abrams. After all, it was JJ who brought back the Empire, not Rian. It was JJ and Kathy who set this trilogy up as a nostalgia cash grab instead of a thoughtful continuation of George's story, not Rian. And as much as everyone loves to attack Rian Johnson about Luke, they always seem quick to forget that it was JJ who threw Luke in exile, without any in-universe reason or justification, mind you, simply because he couldn't figure out how to competently write Luke into the story. People like to joke that JJ was handed Rian's mess in 2017, but in reality, it was Rian who was handed JJ's mess and forced to work with that. Rian was handed a Luke who was in exile, and he had to try to figure out a way to make that make sense. For all the reasons people dislike the explanations Rian came up with in The Last Jedi, and trust me, there are some valid reasons to not like them, what else was Rian supposed to do that would actually make sense? Force Awakens established Luke was in exile for at least a couple of years. What else could Rian do to have it make sense that Luke was hiding out in exile while the entire Republic he fought for years to establish was destroyed? His sister was struggling, his best friend was killed, and his nephew was going on a murderous rampage throughout the galaxy as the Empire 2.0 was re-emerging. I don't know what I would have come up with. At least Rian came up with a decent enough explanation that Luke closed himself off from the Force, so he didn't really know what was going on. Ignorance isn't a great excuse, but it works better than what JJ had. Originally, JJ was going to have Luke using the Force to meditate and float rocks at the end of 7, and once Rian saw that and realized how stupid that was and how much worse that would have made things, he called it out and had JJ change that for him. Look, like I said, I get it. What Rian created wasn't the greatest. But we need to stop looking at Rian like he is the singular source of the sequel trilogy's flaws, and we need to face the facts that Rian was simply trying to do what he could with an already horrible situation. Kathy, JJ, and Bob are the main reasons the sequels didn't work, and if anybody is to blame, it is them. So please, stop blaming Rian Johnson. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them delight.